Hello again, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending July 15th, 2022. I hope everybody's enjoying the summer. We've had some fantastic weather, so hopefully everybody's able to get out there and enjoy the outside, whatever it is you like to do out there. A lot of things still going on in town. Some of them you may know or may be aware of, and some of them maybe not. So we'll try to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. First and foremost, I think those who traveled on Route 3 towards the Cape, you might notice that the skyline in Kingston is a little bit different now. The town turbine on the old landfill is finally gone. That was removed finally last week. It took a little bit longer than we expected because of some weather issues and some equipment issues. So we had to close the transfer station for an additional day, which I know is an inconvenience for people, and want to apologize to everybody that may have been inconvenienced for that. But the turbine is now down and things are back operating up there at the transfer station as they should be under normal working conditions. So that's great news. I want to thank everybody involved with getting the turbine down. I think in the long run, it's going to be beneficial for the town. Some things that have gone on recently. We had a recent resignation on the school committee, the Kingston School Committee. So the Board of Selectmen and the Kingston School Committee will be interviewing candidates at the Selectmen's meeting on July 26th. If anybody has any interest in filling out that, it's going to be filled until next April's election. If you have any interest at all in being on the school committee for the next several months, there's some information on the town website. Candidates should submit a letter of interest along with any relevant experience you may have to the Board of Selectmen's office at the Town Hall, 26 Evergreen Street, or you can email it to ptucker@kingstonma.gov. That information needs to be submitted to the town of Kingston by the 20th of July at 4:30. And all of anybody who's interested will be invited to come to the Board of Selectmen's July 26th board meeting, where they'll be interviewed, as I mentioned, by the school committee and the Board of Selectmen, where they will then choose a candidate to serve until the next election. So if you have any interest, you want to get involved, here's another opportunity to do that. Also, the town of Kingston was notified on Wednesday, the 13th of July, that we were one of 16 communities to be awarded a complete streets grant. You may, if you've watched Board of Selectmen meetings over the past few months, you've seen some presentations about complete street grant application and what project we should be submitting for and things of that nature. Complete streets grants are awarded to projects that assist in a variety of different, they call it intermodal transportation, bike riding, walking, vehicles, things of that nature. So one of the prime locations that was identified that would fit the criteria for a complete street application was the intersection of Route 106, Wapping Road, Main Street, and Route 27, Pembroke Street, along with Evergreen Street, right basically in front of Cumberland Farms. So there's a press release on the town's website, along with a rendering of what the improvements will be, what's going to happen at that intersection sometime this construction season. There'll be some new curbing. They'll change some of the turning radius for the curbs. There'll be ADA compliant wheelchair ramps, so it's easy for those who are in need of wheelchairs to be able to utilize that intersection. We'll be adding crosswalks and moving some of the crosswalks that aren't in the ideal location that they're at now, and then also installing some pedestrian equipment. So it's a $399,000 project. We got a grant for the entire project with the help and work of our town planner Valerie Massard and our streets, trees and park superintendent Paul Basil. So congratulations to them for the work that they did in putting this grant application together. Like I said, we were one of 16 communities in the state to be successful enough um, to receive those funding. So we're excited about that. It's hopefully the start of a long series of grant awards that Kingston will be getting to make some improvements throughout town. A couple other things just to make people aware of. If you watched the Board of Selectmen meeting on July 12th, there was a very lengthy conversation on tax title property. The treasurer and tax title custodian for the town, Carl Pike, made a presentation to the Board of Selectmen. The town owns a significant number of tax title properties that, frankly, we'd like to get back on the tax rolls. There are some properties that the town staff and the public would like to see remain under the ownership of the town, and we're trying to put together a list that addresses the needs. If it makes sense to keep a piece of property for either conservation purposes or other town function, for other town functions, we'll certainly do that. A lot of the properties are small pieces of property that really don't have a tremendous amount of value. So we're really not looking to make any money as much as we are just trying to eliminate the number of pieces of property we own. There are couple of pieces of property that have some value, one of which is an old club that's in town in Rocky Nook. And the Affordable Housing Trust has expressed some interest in wanting to potentially use that property as a redevelopment piece of property for them. So the suggestion was made that we give them some time to put together a presentation and a plan to be able to utilize that property and bring that back to the board for their consideration. If in fact they're able to pull something together, that'd be fantastic. And that property will be brought to town meeting to request that the Affordable Housing Trust have responsibility for that piece of property. So we're hopeful that that they can bring something in that makes a lot of sense. In addition, we've got some vehicles in town that some of the vehicles that we've ordered over a year ago. Streets and Parks, the transfer station, they've all gotten their vehicles in finally. We still have police cars on order. Our ladder truck, as people have probably seen, is in, which is great. So again, a lot of things happening as we move forward. Some of the stuff that a couple of items that I just want to make people aware of, because I think you're going to start hearing more and more about this at some point in the future. A couple of very significant pieces of property in Kingston have been up for sale, and at this point have purchase and sale agreements on them. The first is the Sacred Heart High School property. Sacred Heart has had the high school property and some related property for sale now for quite some time. There is a purchase and sale agreement on, I believe, 84 acres of that property. We have not met yet with the developer who's purchased that property, but based on their past developments in neighboring communities, we expect to some degree to have some sort of residential development on that property. There's some issues that they'll have to work through to make that happen, but you may start seeing some discussions at the planning board level and potentially at Water and Sewer Commission meetings to address any potential development on the Sacred Heart High School site. The other site that there's a purchase and sale agreement on now is the T.L. Edwards site, sand and gravel site, right near the intersection of Route 44, just in the Commerce Drive area in Kingston. Mr. Edwards has been operating a sand and gravel permit there, sand and gravel operation there for a number of years. He's decided that he'd like to walk away from that business and has put his business up for sale. We also expect some sort of residential housing, probably apartments and or condominiums on that site. Again, there's a purchase and sale agreement on that from the same developer that's building the apartments at the Kingston Collection Mall site. So Trammell Crow has successfully negotiated a purchase and sale there. Again, we haven't met with them either, but expect some sort of housing to be located potentially on that property as well, or at least proposed. So I think you'll start seeing some of that discussion at board and committee meetings later on this summer or early in the fall. Don't know at this point what specifically they're going to be looking to construct on the sites, but expect to be meeting with developers sometime in the fairly near future to have them lay out what they're hoping to do with those properties. And as they do, we'll certainly make everybody aware of that. Lastly, I mentioned at the Board of Selectmen meeting that we're still expecting a letter from Mass D.O.T. on the town's request to reconsider the speed limit on Main Street. Have not received that letter as of Thursday morning. Kind of frankly expected to have that sometime before today, but do expect that sometime in the near future where we'll be discussing or they'll be informing us, I guess, of what the Mass DOT's opinion is of the speed limit on Main Street and what it should be. So again, hopefully, you have an opportunity to look at our website. We've got a lot of the information on there. If you're interested in getting updates, you can always sign up on the website to get updates on specific topics if you're interested in receiving those by email. And we'll continue to pass the information along on this show as quickly as we get it. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.